Well, as you can see here, the last day is tax season. I was just running errands to file for taxes, and I just got done finishing that. Anyway, there was a comment, and I'm not going to mention this lady's name, and obviously I commented on David Carroll's video called, I think, He-Man, Negro Woman. And there was a Negro female who had a picture of a shoe. And she actually commented, and I forgot word for word what she said, but I knew that she was fishing for, um, how should I say the word? Compliments and shit, or fishing for attention. And for you women that want to subscribe to me, be warned. If you get offended, you have no business subscribing to this channel. And this woman had the mitigated gall to tell me that she married a real man to me. Now, if you're married to a real man, and this real man is doing the things he need to do, then why the hell you have all that time to go through the comment threads of these guys like David Carroll and people like other YouTubers? And Requiring Minds wants to know like David Carroll and Equazi's videos. And it just lets you know that how much that when you argue back and forth with these famous YouTubers, it just goes to show you that you've really exposed yourself for who you really are. And I have to admit that I went back and forth with this woman, and I started to realize exactly. And shout outs to True 40 out there who warned me about this woman. And shout outs to you, Tito the Fresh, and GW. And you warned us about these women that go on these comment threads of these guys' videos and try to argue back and forth because they crave attention. And it's like this woman, had to say that she was married to a real man. Now, obviously, why would you go back and forth with? And then this is how disturbing that these North American black women really are. They're disturbing. You have to really, really take notes. And black men, if you're a black man, you really need to pay attention to these North American women. Because I'm going to say this again. These women are spiritually, mentally dead. And don't get me wrong, if you want to date out, that's up to you. But also watch out for these North American white women because they can be just as treacherous as these North American black women. Because there were some cases where I knew a partner of mine who was dating a girl who had two sons, and one was going off to college. And come to find out that this white woman falsely accused the guy's son of rape. Now, this woman that he was dating, she was a single mother. And this is why these young boys are wind up being destroyed every week by North American women like this. And that's just reality. I mean, it's like there's a lot of you North American black women out here that are just disingenuous as hell. And especially if you go on the comment thread. So if you women want to subscribe to me, fine. I don't care who subscribes to me at this point. But you're going to get what you're going to get. And that's just the bottom line. And it's funny that when I put that video out to warning, how should I say this, about white men not being in Midtown, and there were guys on there who exposed themselves for who they really are. I mean, I didn't care if I had thumbs down on that video or not. But it just goes to show you who's really exposing themselves in the comment section. And I have to admit that I went back and forth on certain people's comment thread. But now it's gotten to the point where, you try not to argue back and forth with these people. But 9 times out of 10, you've always going to get some stupid ass idiots regardless. So with that, it's like this. Y'all want to go argue back and forth, fine. But you black men, y'all really need to wake up because your true enemy is probably right in front of you, and especially these North American black women. She's your worst enemy because she's gonna do everything in her power to make sure that she gets what she wants from you. And that's just the bottom line, you know. So, like I said, and if you plan on dating out, watch out for these other women too, even the foreign women. I mean, be a tough negotiator if you have to. And I remember, what was it? I was out killing time at a club because I had to go get some newspapers, and obviously I kind of offended two women. I didn't call them out their name or nothing. And I was sitting back and I was watching these two beta males talking about how this woman was fine, and I was attending. I was a friend of this guy I know. We went downstairs to the club next to it, and this this white chick walked up to this guy. Guy's an Arab anyway, so she walked up, danced with him for a few minutes anyway. She or walked approached, and I watched her girlfriend, and I just saw how flat out, how hypergamous this woman really is. Because obviously she was there for her friend, which for moral support, which is fine. But women like this, man, they don't have to work hard for attention from men. And it's really sad that we're living in a society where, you know, these women don't value men, period. As long as you have these laws that cater to these women, this is what you're going to have. And especially to you beta males. And especially to you beta black males. Y'all too busy being simped out. And remember, and to remind you, like I said, black men did not teach each other how to simp. This is a white culture. That's all it is to it. So with that, I'm out.